Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House. Here's the dates, times, temperatures. I'm staying over tonight at the Off-Grid Tiny House after a long week of work trying to relax here at the Off-Grid Tiny House. And I get here to find my batteries dead, and it is about, as you saw, 7 o'clock at night, 7:18. Now luckily in the spring/summer it doesn't get dark until 8:39. I am so pissed that you don't even believe it. It basically means I really don't understand what's going on here. So let's take a look. I haven't talked to my buddy Stu, High-Tech I-18, in a long time. Something's going on. Take a look at this, folks. Oh, you can't see. The batteries are at 10.75 volts. It says they're only getting 0.14 amps into the batteries. And if I disconnect, I have my jump starter hooked up to the batteries, and if I disconnect it, this shuts off. So I can't do that until I put enough juice into the batteries where the solar will then take over, I believe. Now, I got a weird reading on one of these batteries. As soon as I applied power to it, it said F7. So if anybody can look that up for me, that'd be great. Very frustrating, guys. Very frustrating, I'm telling you what. Now, I left 0 loads on the batteries. Absolutely none other than the MPPT charge controller. WTF, guys, what's going on? And I'm going to shut off this portion of the tiny house, the base, or the bathroom area, because holy shit, what the F. So apparently I should have came here, you know, at 6 o'clock or earlier. So I'm pretty pissed off, I'll tell you what. Update on the water. Decent amount. Still got decent amount up here. I will be showering in the morning. I'm pretty sure I have enough juice in the battery setup. Yeah, it's a full battery up there. So nothing to worry about there. This solar sometimes, guys, is... You know what? I don't know. Lithium iron phosphate batteries are great. Wonderful things. Except they're not very friendly to the public, because they all have these little quirks and safeties and all kinds of nonsense built in, and it's for the safety of the battery and the user, but I'm sure as hell having a hell of a time here. So I figure what happened was, my last video, similar thing happened. Charge controller was off. I jumped it quick with the jump charger and left. So during that period of time I left, I figured, well, there's no loads. The sun's just going to top the batteries off, no problem. Apparently I was totally wrong, because it should just shut off and did nothing. So I'm in basically saving home run mode. I got my little jump pack down here, trying to get voltage into this battery. We're almost at 11 volts if I quit touching the display. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave the jump kit attached. And I have everything off. And this is a real kick in the nuts, I'll tell you guys. So apparently until I hit 11 point something volts is when, let's see, low volt reconnect, 11 volts. Once I hit 11 volts, the solar will kick in. Then I can disconnect this battery jump kit, and then I'm good to go. Love my little cheat sheet here, guys. Oh man. So it disconnected at 10 volts, which is right. But why? Why? What was that? I'm not worried about it. So once I hit 11 volts, the solar will kick in. I'll be good. Hopefully, for the rest of the night. Hopefully, it pours a shit ton of power in to the battery, because I want entertainment tonight. I worked my ass off all week, and I want to relax in my off-grid tiny house with free power from the sun on my entertainment setup. But it's, you know, it's super frustrating sometimes, I'll tell you that. That's one of the downfalls to solar, guys. And the biggest downfall for me, to be honest, guys, is, well, I'll put it plain and simple for you. I'll be right back. I'm just grabbing my bottles of water. The plain and simple fact is, I tell you what, we got a lot of BS going on, is what I think. In my opinion, we got a whole lot of BS going on. If you know what I'm saying, Vern. I'm just putting some bottles of water in my fridge. Brand new fridge. And I want to be able to use the fridge to cool some water off tonight. But apparently, my setup has other plans. Isn't that a bastard? Well, it was a nice day until that happened. I discovered that. Good thing I came over here when I did, with some decent sun left. The sun is actually setting right now, but hopefully when this hits 11 volts, this thing will kick into high gear and not get me screwed. It's 10.90, and I got 0.14 amps coming in via solar. Something tells me that's wrong. That's got to be wrong, because, you know, it's too low. It may be reading the power coming off my little jump kit here, which, now, I've mentioned this about a dozen times. These little portable lithium jump kits are pretty much awesome. Do your car battery, do your off-grid battery, on and so forth and so forth. So, highly recommend any off-gridder have a jump kit with them. And actually, I'm going to recharge this jump kit as soon as my main solar gets up to snuff. Now, I tell you what, guys, there's a learning curve to lithium iron phosphate batteries. Very big learning curve. It almost makes me want to go back to lead acid. Almost. We'll find out. So I'm going to charge up my camera, because my camera battery is about half. And I will wait till this hits 11 volts, and then I'll give you an update. How about that? Sweet. Alrighty, guys. So, the struggle continues here at the Off-Grid Tiny House. Lithium iron phosphate batteries are not charging. They weren't charging, they were dead. So what I did, since I'm impatient, I changed the parameters for the low volt disconnect, or low volt reconnect. I upped it from I downed it from 11 to 10.5 volts. I saved it. Yet, nothing is happening. Somebody's here, and I'm fucked. So, see you in a bit.